Welcome to Booked All Night, the podcast where hot takes meet craft notes and no one gets enough sleep. I'm Jess.
I'm Katie.
I'm Julia.
I'm Maggie. Get ready for unhinged hot takes,
A whole lot of books,
midnight giggles,
and zero shame. Grab your blankets, booklets, it's time to get booked all night. I'm Jessica Mary, and today I'm joined by Olivia Danson, author of The Darkest Glass. So welcome to the pod. I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Your book looks so dark and spooky, and I'm like, who is this lady on the cover?
Right?
Like,
I get that a lot. A lot of readers will tell me, like, oh my god, who is she?
Yeah, who is that? She's gonna wreck me, I just know it.
She is one of the troublesome characters, so you did get that. You did get that right.
They all seem troublesome.
Oh,
I was like going through the blurb. I'm like, everybody is broken and the story hasn't started.
Everyone is just not minding their business, honestly.
That's fair.
They're just not.
Every last one is super nosy. And before we find out just how nosy, we're going to start off with a little game of superlatives, very much like the end of the year book sort of thing. So most likely to, least likely to kind of thing. So who is most likely to doom everyone by making a single bad decision?
That would be Julia.
Julia.
Who is on the cover.
Who is on the cover.
Who is on the cover.
Nailed it. I knew it. She was going to break me.
Yes.
She was going to break my heart. Least likely to ask for help even when they need it.
That is Sybil, the academic burnout of the group.
Oh, it's me. Okay, yeah. Woo! Most likely to uncover a secret when they never meant to find it.
That would be Tobias, who actually does that very thing.
Does it? Oops. Who is most likely to survive the longest in the collapsing kingdom?
Oh, that is going to be Nathaniel, the very posh vampire. He cannot be bothered with death. Thank you very much.
It just seems like a lot of effort. Absolutely.
Yes, not. He can't be bothered with that. That's just not his thing. Thank you.
I mean, fair? Like... And finally, who is least likely to walk away from the power once they have tasted it?
That's a good question. I think that is going to be Sybil. The academic burnout. She goes on a very interesting journey, and she likes the power. She likes it.
Fair? Like, you don't get to be an academic burnout because you, went light on things,
Exactly.
You know?
She's very much a perfectionist. She likes delving into all the books and things, and, when she kind of discovers more than she should, she's like, maybe this isn't such a bad thing after all. I can control this, she says, hopefully.
To be fair, I'd probably be the exact same way. I'd be like, I've done enough research. I have this super long bibliography. I know exactly what I'm talking. I've never touched a single piece of this, but I know in theory I could totally do it. Yes. Absolutely.
She's like, I'm a teenager. I can do all the things, actually.
All the things, all the time.
Yes, I can do it.
What I would give for the audacity I had as a teenager.
Oh my gosh, yes, same. I'm like, where did I have that confidence from? Now I'm in my old age of 33, and I'm like, where did I come off? Really?
Right? I look back at stuff like producer Rob, who's not here with us today. There's a lot of comments we make where I'm like, God, when I was in high school, and you could just watch him shake his head because he and I went to high school together, and he's like, we don't talk about high school, Jessica. Oh, yeah. Jessica, it's not great.
It's not.
We won't. So questions about The Darkest Glass. We're going to jump right in here. We have, as I said, it's got such a rich, dark, gothic, premise to it. And I was like, oh, hello. So what was the first spark of this story? Was it character, the prophecy, the world itself?
Yes. So it was actually when way back long ago, when I was 15. Way way back a while ago. I was reading, I don't know if you've heard of it, Libba Bray's The Great and Terrible Beauty. And that was my first introduction to any kind of young adult story with gothic elements, because I'm notoriously a scaredy cat. And I very much love the idea of horror, and like watching horror movies for me, I have to psych myself up and I have my pillows. I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this because it seems so interesting and so fascinating as a medium, but I am the scariest of scaredy cats. So when I was reading it, I just devoured that entire series, and it was a gothic romance. So my little 15-year-old brain was like, well, what happens in like the spookier parts? Like, what is going on with some of the, like, you know, like in this castle and, you know, in this other world that they get transported to? And so I just started writing my own story, and prior to that, I was very much in the fanfic community, so I
solid.
Right. I feel like we've all just dabbled. We've all started there.
Exactly.
And I love my fanfic community, but I'd never written anything that was longer than a short story of just my own, like, original characters. So this was all new for me, so I was just having fun, just writing a story. And then I went on to high school and I started writing a little bit more. And then I went to college, started writing a little bit more on it, but I was never like truly serious until I was, I want to say, in my early 20s. And I got my first apartment. I was like, oh my God, I'm an adult now. And me and my roommates, I'm like, oh, we're all adults now. And we were basically kids. And I was like, I think I'm going to do this seriously. Because I was in college for broadcast journalism, and I really wanted to go in a creative writing direction. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to sit down. I'm going to overhaul this manuscript because it is a hot mess, because I started when I was 15.
Oh, yeah.
It was, no one's seeing that first script in the light of day.
We don't talk about the things I wrote when I was 15.
Like, woo, she was a product of her time. We'll say that. And very, very, like, Twilight coded, if you will. And I just overhauled it, and I really delved into the gothic horror elements because I was finally coming into that. I had read Frankenstein, and I dabbled with a little bit of Poe, and I was like, wow, this is fascinating. So it went from being a gothic romance when I first started it to then morphing into a gothic horror fantasy. So yeah.
But it sounds like such a fun journey. Like, people, I have quite a few friends. One of them here on the podcast doesn't do horror, and that's Maggie. Maggie is notoriously a giant baby as it comes to anything spooky. And I'm like, you want to interview the spooky writers with me? And she's like, they're like, no, I do not. No. One of the other authors that we've interviewed does like queer horror. We've had a few queer horror come on. Maggie, for longtime listeners, everybody knows Maggie is super gay.
Yes.
And I was like, there's queers in it.
Oh yes.
Come get your horror.
There are queers in it, please. And it just gets more queer as it goes, but it also kind of gets spookier as it goes. So sorry.
Like, come see what happens to them. You'll never find out. I won't tell you.
Yes.
It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible the way that I bait them so much all the time.
Oh, but I'm sure they secretly love it. Just
they must.
Just a little bit.
They must, because they put up with me continuously, so they must. Yes, exactly. So magic being outlawed is quickly becoming like a pretty popular trope in fantasy. Yes. So what makes your take on that idea feel different?
Yes. So in my world, for the first book, this is going to be part of a series, and focusing on the initial kingdom that we're in book one, Halcyon, magic is outlawed. People know of it, but there is a lot of propaganda built into magic being framed as almost a shortcut, if you will. So their principal religion espouses that you work for and earn what you have. So they frame magic as being this kind of lazy shortcut that you're making essentially a deal with the devil, and you're not helping those behind you. You're not contributing to society. You're not earning what you have done, and so they're framing it as, you're not helping your neighbors. You're actually pulling the ladder behind you. So those practicing magic are considered like the blights of society. So not so much dangerous, but just you're not benefiting us. You're not pulling yourself up by your bootstraps and helping us.
I hate that phrase
Yeah,
so much.
and that's why, like, I got the things that I disliked the most. I'm like, yes, let's put them in here, and then I'm going to write around them and show that that is not true at all, that there's actually this much bigger conspiracy happening, and something that the monarchy and the aristocracy is trying to hide and keep locked away. And if magic was rampant, it would awaken it. So this is all propaganda. This is all lies.
Isn't it always all? It's
all lies.
As I keep saying in every interview, we're reading The Hunger Games this season, and our it officially starts at the end of this month, which is very cool.
Love that. Such a great series. Devoured it.
Yeah, the entire time we're just like, oh, so close to home.
Oh,
so close
like,
to home right now.
Why I'm in this photo and I don't like it.
Yeah. Gotta take it down. Don't like it.
Don't like it.
At all.
Why am I here? And we all thought, like, oh, this is just fantasy. This is never gonna happen. And
yeah, and then our government was like, oh, look, a guidebook.
yeah, hold my beer.
Yeah, I just, seriously, the entire time we're just like, I don't like it anymore.
Why
yeah, I
is this
don't.
paralleling our actual society right now, like.
Yeah, I'm like, I get when it was written and we had like light elements of that. It's all about this warning and things. So now I lean dystopian in my favor of books and horror and especially like anything with a gothic vibe. Sign me up.
Yes.
I just love it.
I'm actually in the middle of Inamorata right now, and I'm live, laugh, loving my way through that book. So good.
And I just sit there and I'm like, oh, that's a little close to home. Yeah. We're going to ignore that, though, because my sanity depends upon it.
No, for sure. Yeah, dystopian, I do enjoy the genre, but like right now it's a little hard for me because I'm just like, it's so close. It's so close to home.
It's like, it's not even like just a little on the nose. No. It's like a punch in my face every time I read anything, and I'm like,
You're just like, oh no, like how did we get here?
How did we get? We have so much literature detailing how not to get here, and we got here anyway.
The cyclicalness of it, it's just, and that's funny enough. That's another thing I touch upon in the book. There's a very cyclical nature to everything, and just because I've seen it now in my wizened old age, I've seen certain things repeat, and as I'm sure my fellow millennials will understand, we're very tired.
Yes,
we've been through so much, and there is a very cyclical nature to all, especially what's happening now, and it is frustrating because it's like, again, how did we get here? But then when you look back, you're like, oh, I see how we got here.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah,
and it's largely Florida's fault.
Yes.
Yes.
And as someone who lived for a very long time in Florida, I'm now in Texas, but as someone who lived a very long time in Florida, I do side-eye it quite a bit. I'm like, y'all, we could have done better. We could have done better.
All your fault.
All your fault. Gosh, Florida.
Florida.
Always
Title of the episode. God damn it, Florida. Like
always had this. They're never beating those allegations.
No. Never. I will never forgive them.
No.
Yeah, okay. Back to the interview. I have a whole thing with questions. We're going to go on so many tangents. It's
yes.
be great.
I told you, I'm so sorry. I'm a rambler.
So am I. It's great. It's perfect. And producer Rob's not here, so he can't tell me to get back on track. It's perfect. It's lovely. This is what happens when he doesn't show up.
Right. And you're like, I get to do what I want.
Yeah, we did that last night's recording. It was like 2.5 hours. I'm like, but Rob edits those, so haha.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine. So your characters, we started to have, like, they're all pre-broken prior to the story. Yeah,
yes.
So, like, how will these pre-damaged characters draw readers in?
Yes, so I wanted to make them relatable to a certain degree and to have readers be able to find within themselves parts of these, what they represent. So they are all teens, but they do have various aspects of their brokenness. So, for example, Julia, she is trying to find herself and her identity, and when she starts in, she's basically becomes whoever the situation needs her to be, whoever she's with, she morphs herself around other people, and in turn has lost who she actually is, what she wants. And Tobias is very much in a situation where he is raising his younger sister, and their parents are no longer in the picture because, of course, also YA. So
Yeah.
so you know,
Easiest
must
way
do
to
the
get them
YA
out.
things.
They're dead. Everybody's dead.
Everybody's dead. And so I wanted to have that aspect because growing up, I had quite a few friends in middle school and high school that they had to step in to raise their younger siblings or look after them. And then with Nathaniel, he just has mommy issues. Mm-hmm. He's just mommy issues. And with Sybil, as I said before, she's academic burnout, so very much top of her class, burning the midnight oil, trying to be the best she can be, and then something happens with her coven that she gets blamed for, and now it's trying to salvage her reputation and going to school and experience bullying because of that. So because I'm writing for a teen audience, but understanding that those that are maybe in their 20s, 30s may have aspects of their inner children that they have not healed, I wanted to show what I felt were common issues in teenhood that aren't often talked about, but still experienced. So I'm hoping that relatability will help draw in readers to the very real realities that sometimes we face in teenhood, but that aren't always seen outside of like contemporary YA.
Yeah, I also feel like I was a teen in the early 2000s, just after the Earth's crust cooled, and I had quite a few friends that, you know, had to step in, or like, you know, they went over to a friend's house because their parents were like, you can't be trusted, and it's like, but I can.
But I can be.
Yeah. And I feel like it's a lot worse now. Like when I was a teen, I think grandparents were around a lot more. I know that my grandparents were available for me. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I feel like now grandparents are working longer, and so they become part of that, like, reason that you need to step up because they can't be there to take care of you after school. They have their own jobs to maintain. Both parents have to work in the house at this point, and like even if your parental group is like a polycule, they all need jobs because the market is expensive. And
groceries,
gas alone, right? Like
I just refilled today, so I feel that.
I feel like the generation beneath me, the generations plural beneath me, have it harder on that social front than I did. Like, I was very lucky to have my grandparents. I was very lucky that I had friends with parents who got home before they got home from school, and so I had a place to go and be taken care of and, like, watched and cared for when I was young. Versus today, where they're like, you know what? The key is under the mat.
Right.
And,
right, and there's, you know, some Kraft mac and cheese bowls that you can just heat up, you know, don't turn on the stove. And and I feel like you said, it's gotten even more of almost like a lonely generation, and the fact that they don't have their parents around as much. They do have to watch their younger siblings, and in some cases even help raise them as like a secondary parental figure. You know, maybe there's been divorce, or, you know, just single parents, and it's hard. And grandparents, like you said, they're working now. I mean, I know my grandmother, she was working up until like almost her 80s, and it's so unfortunate, and I don't see it getting any better. Like, at least right now, hopefully it does, but that puts a strain on kids. And as now as an adult, going back and doing the revisions for Tobias specifically, I wanted to kind of emphasize that he understands the sacrifice that he's making, but it's so that his younger sister can have that childhood. And that childhood is something that is both precious and not a privilege. It should be, and you would think so, but it is something that is very much a luxury, especially in this society. And they don't even, some of the characters you'll see, like Julia, takes it for granted. She has her family there. She has, extended family, and she doesn't even think about it. She cuts class, skips school, whatever, versus with Tobias' sister, he's just, working 2 jobs. He's trying to teach her, arithmetic at night, and, he doesn't take it for granted, but he wants her to be able to have a childhood that's boring, and say, if I can't have it, I at least want you to have it, and I will work my butt off to ensure that, to his detriment. But it's just, you do what you can, and he's also maybe not making the best decisions, and we as the readers can see that, but he's also, a 16-year-old boy doing his best. So there's that aspect too.
Yeah.
So it's rough out there.
It is. It's rough everywhere. Yes. I will say, early on in your answer, you had mentioned, like, it's YA, so I just, like, the parents are dead. Oh, yeah. That's the easiest way to get rid of them.
That's the easiest way.
My favorite... Okay, so one of my favorite podcasts is called Goosebuds, and it's, like, 3 adult men, and they're rereading through all of the Goosebud...
oh, wow.
What is it? Goosebumps.
All of the Goosebumps, that's a big discography, like...
And it's huge, and it's still ongoing. Huge. Like, they'll never catch up.
Oh, yeah, no.
That's huge. So, one of the times they were talking about it, because obviously it's kidlit, so all the parents are constantly either, like, negligent, they're working, they're never home, or they're just dead. That's the three ways to have parents in children's literature. And one of the ones where there's, like, it's a monster in the basement, and the kid comes up and he's like, Mom, there's, like, a weird monster in the basement. He ate a guy. And she's basically just like, yeah, shut up, Andrew. I'm doing the dishes. Oh, and it's just like...
You're like, ma'am, please.
Please.
Please help listen to your son.
But at the same time, I know that if I ever came upstairs and my mother was, like, doing after-work chores, and I was like, Mom, there's a dead guy in the basement, she'd be like, okay, Jessica.
Yeah, like, okay, anyway, like, have you done your homework yet?
Yeah, is your homework done, Jessica? Exactly. No, sit down at the table. I'm like, but there's a dead man. No, there's not. Man. Shut up.
No, shut up. You don't want to know what you're saying.
Yeah. But that's, to date, one of my favorite, like, parental out of the way.
That is fantastic. And honestly, I can see my own mom doing that too. Like, Olivia, no, there's not. Anyway, you need to go fold laundry. Like, you haven't done your dish. Like,
go clean your room, whatever.
Could not be bothered with the dead guy in the basement. Just
nope.
No, that's not on the agenda for tonight. There's no time for him.
Yeah. True facts. My mother would be like, okay.
Okay. Anyway, he's dead. He's not going anywhere.
Yeah. She would too. She'd be like, well, whatever. Just sit down at the table, Jessica. It's time for dinner. I can see her exhausted face as her hair turns gray again. Like, it's
very relatable.
Yes.
Very relatable.
So this next question actually comes from a member of our Discord community.
Wonderful.
We call it the Pillow Fort, and it is free to join, everybody at home, and you can ask any author guests a question. We offer that for every interview that comes through. So this is from Ryuzaki, and Ryuzaki asks, what were some influences that you had for writing The Darkest Glass?
Ooh, influences. Yes, so I love playing video games when I'm not writing, and one of them is Bloodborne was a very big inspiration for the environment and for the storytelling. I played it, I fell in love with Yarnum, and I'm like, yes, this is the vibe. This is what I'm going for. The Hunter's Room, yes, all of it. And so that was a very big inspiration for the environment and for the world building, to have that level of storytelling, not just coming through the characters, but coming through the environment. I'd never really experienced that before, and it just rewired my brain chemistry. Another one would probably be Guillermo del Toro's Pan's Labyrinth.
Ooh, yeah.
I saw that in high school. I was like, what is this? And that was actually the first Del Toro film I ever saw, and became a very big inspiration for because there is also a hidden world beneath this existing one, and that was a big inspiration for it, to have that like darker sense of magic and foreboding forestry, and I love the idea of intertwining nature with technology. So while Halcyon is very progressive, technological, almost kind of going through their own industrial age, if you will, nature is just overlapped and mirroring it in every way and kind of growing out of it and to reclaim it, because everything returns to nature eventually.
Of course.
Yes, but just make it spooky. And I would probably say another one is Penny Dreadful.
Oh, that's so good. I love Penny Dreadful.
I love Penny Dreadful. The gothic atmosphere is captured perfectly, and I loved seeing all the different kinds of like monsters and baddies in there, and the storytelling was just chef's kiss, and just the imagery alone, and that's what really prompted me to make this such a visual book, and to try to, even though it's YA, capture that both fantasy and magic, and that gothic horror that makes you like not necessarily feel scared, but feel dread.
Yes.
And that something is coming, something is lurking, something is watching you, and if you look too long, it's going to stare back and take something. So, yeah, this is, I wanted to bring that to YA.
On the note, because a new season just started, have you watched From on Apple TV?
Ooh, I have not, but
okay,
I will be. I will be now.
Yeah, it's called From, and it's very much something is watching, and people are like, they keep finding themselves in this like dilapidated town, and then at night all these monsters come out, and it's like, it's so spooky, and it's very atmospheric, and like, yeah, I love it so much.
Oh, I will be watching that. What's today's?
Yeah.
Yeah. I will be watching that tonight.
Yeah, you have a few seasons to catch up on, so it's like you can just binge it over the weekend. It's perfect.
I love a good binge.
Yes.
Love a good binge. I'm doing that right now with Apothecary Diaries, so I'm almost done, and then we will be watching From.
My friends keep telling me, they're like, Jessica, you haven't watched any anime since like college. It's time to start again. And I'm like, but is it?
It's time. Let me gently bully you. It is time. It is time for sure. For sure. There's so many great series out right now. You have a buffet to choose from.
I'm like so one that I always recommend, and we'll move on right after this next recommendation. But for everyone who is currently into anime, an oldie but goodie is called Ghost Stories. And the Japanese script was so boring that when it came to America, they were like, you know what?
Let's have fun with it.
Y'all can just do whatever the hell you want with it. And so it's just a bunch of voice actors doing whatever the hell they want with it.
It's such a gem.
It is. It is a gem. It is a special place in my heart. Like, I got my illustration class hung up on it.
Oh, really? I love that.
We would have studio classes, and the studio classes were like 6 hours long, and so we're just in the lab doing illustrations and stuff. And I was like, hey, you know what we're going to put up on the screen? We're going to watch Ghost Stories, because I'm like 15 years older than the rest of you, and I get to make that decision. Yes. So here we go. And it is my favorite character in it is the little brother who never speaks in like actual words. He's always like,
that is such a treasure dub that I will never. It's fantastic. I haven't seen it in years, but that just brings me back. Because when my friend showed it to me and said nothing, was no context, like, oh, we're just gonna watch it. I was like, okay, and I was taking it seriously, and then I was like, wait,
Yeah.
wait, hold on. And it is such a gem. If you have not seen it, please fix that.
Absolutely. Yeah, please fix that.
Please. It is.
It's a rite of passage.
It really is. It really is. Like, it's just, I'm still to this day gobsmacked that they got away with it. Like, that it exists at all, that it got made.
There's so much in there that I'm like, they said that. I forgot they said that.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, this is a product of its time.
Like, yes. Yeah. I should preface it with that. It is a product of, like, the mid-aughts and the...
It was a different time, but it was wild. It was great.
The, like, heavily influenced by, like, Blazing Saddles sort of offensive humor.
Yeah, you know what? That is perfect, actually.
Yeah.
That captures it yes, Blazing Saddles level of shenanigans, if you will.
We're like, we're saying
tread
some...
accordingly.
We're definitely saying some incredibly offensive shit, but we know our intentions with the offensive shit.
Yes.
And it is making fun of said offensive shit. But it is still some offensive shit. But it, like, definitely everyone should watch it. Even if you're not into anime, you should sit down and watch it. It's just, I love it. With those recommendations on file, that brings us to the very first game.
I love that it's part of it.
Yeah. Every interview now. What anime do you watch? Oh, you mean you don't? Okay, well, I have 15 that you need to. Yes. Here we go.
One of them is Ghost Stories.
One of them is Ghost Stories. That's where you're starting.
That's where you're starting. It can only go up from there.
Yeah. And then they just slowly shift from, like, Ghost Stories to, like, Madoka Magica. Yeah, it's a show about magical girls. It's fine.
Just wait till she becomes a magical girl. Trust.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
It'll be
All
fine.
happy
We love
shenanigans.
Kyubey.
Yeah. It's fine. Anywho, our very first game of the podcast is Never Have I Ever Spoiled My Own Book. So if you've ever played Never Have I Ever, it's very standard rules. I have such statements that are very commonly readerly, writerly things to do. If you have done one of them, we keep a track. If you've done more than 5... which is half of them. I only have 10 options here. You have to spoil something from beyond what you consider Act 1.
Okay. Got it.
I am, however, incredibly petty when I put these together, and I'm not above doing things like never have I ever been named Olivia Danson, or never have I ever written a book called The Darkest Glass. Yeah, This is the pettiest one. This is what I have the... yeah.
I love that.
That's the only warning I have for you.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Okay. Never have I ever written a scene I knew I'd have to cut later, but couldn't stop writing.
Yes.
1.
Yes. I have done that. And it is a scene for Nathaniel. And I cut it because he no longer has a conversation with that person. That person was cut entirely, but that conversation still lives rent-free in my head because it's a little more on the graphic side, and that was also a reason why I thought it might be better as like bonus content, but it will resurface. Most likely.
It'll come back.
It'll come back. Just because I was like, ooh, I feel like I really cooked with that one. So it does exist. It will come back.
I've definitely had scenes like that, and then, like, editors or, like, my professors, because I did my degrees in writing, and they were like, what purpose does this scene serve? I'm like,
Wish fulfillment.
Yeah, wish fulfillment.
Yeah,
like, it's very cathartic. Right? It's incredibly cathartic for me to watch this dude die. And they're like, come on. I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah, we just need it in there. Just leave it.
It's fine.
Just let me be. Let me live.
Never have I ever stayed up all night reading just one more chapter.
I have done that too.
Haven't we all?
I have done that too. Which book was it? I think it was when I was reading the 5th season. I was just enamored. I was just like, this is art. I was like, what is happening? I must know. I've done that with the 5th season, and I also did that with Gideon the Ninth. Those are the two most recent that I'm like, I must know.
I have definitely had those. I haven't had like a lot of them since my younger days because I'm like in my late 30s at this point.
Fair enough.
And staying up all night. Yeah, staying up all night is not humanly possible past like 35. Apparently.
Yeah, it's a struggle. Like, I must have my Red Bull with me.
Yeah.
If we're gonna do that.
But there were so many books in high school and early college that I was like, no, I have to finish it now because in the light of day, I have responsibilities, so...
That is true. It's true. I for sure felt that way when I was reading initially The Hunger Games because it's so bingeable. Like, Suzanne Collins was just in her bag with that one. And it's... you just want to speed read through the whole series, and it hurts every time.
Every time.
So good.
It's so good and so terrible. Yes. And two of my co-hosts have not read Ballad or Sunrise on the Reaping, so I'm getting to like see their first glance at these two things. I hated Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I was like, ugh.
It wasn't for me. For me.
But one of my hosts is like really loving it, and I'm like, cool. I want to see what you think of that after section 2. Because
let me know.
Let me know. And then like rereading the series with all the knowledge from Sunrise, I was like, this hurts even more, more. Yeah. And I can't wait to watch Katie and Julia get traumatized by Sunrise on the Reaping.
Oh yes, and then it's like, and then we'll have movie time.
Yeah.
On top of that.
Exactly, we're doing all the movies too. So
I love that. Oh my gosh.
Then you guys get to come with me to the movie theater where we can all watch it happen in crystal clear HD.
Oh my God. Yes. No harm to be done.
Therapists are gonna make a lot of money in November.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be so much fun. It'll be worth it.
So never have I ever changed a major plot point halfway through drafting.
I'm trying to think. Actually, no, I did do that. I'm trying to think. Did I do that? No, I did do that. I did do that for Sybil, actually. In the first half, she was... so, I have 4 POVs. And they all are separate as far as distance-wise. So one is in the country, one is in the... 2 are in the city, and one is way out yonder in the mountains. And initially, all 4 of them were supposed to... all 3 of them were supposed to come together. And Sybil was the odd girl out. She was supposed to come in book 2 and then meet all 4 of them. But then I did change a part of her plot. So now she is in the city with them at the end. And they all 4 will be together at the very beginning of book 2. And she has a role that conflicts now with the rest of them. So
see, I love
she's
that, though.
at odds now with them instead of, we're just going to casually meet. And no. Now she's like, I'm starting out as the enemy.
Yeah. I love that, though. I love when, like, the narrative it's like, kind of spiral and circular, and, like, it all eventually comes into, like, this
together.
Clusterfuck in the middle, and then you gotta, like, wait for book 2. I don't love the wait for book 2, but I love that it's like, oh, that's so good. Like,
yeah, and you're like, they're finally gonna meet, because I know one of my, I forced my husband to read it, and he was very nice about it, but he was like, oh, wait, so when are they gonna meet each other? I was like, shh, don't worry. Just, it'll happen when it happens. Just, he's like, but I need it now. And I'm like, great, you want to go walk the dogs for me while I finish this up?
You're like, wait like the rest of the world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm on a very limited time schedule. Writing while I'm at the grocery store.
Never have I ever Googled something deeply concerning for research. Yeah, I'll just put the finger up for that. Yeah, there we go.
I actually got blocked by Google when Google said halt. So it was strictly, I have a lot of tabs that I've saved for bookmarks that are medical related. Because one of the, so there is a drug in the story that behaves very much like opium, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
But it has other like bad kind of body horror side effects.
Okay.
And so I was like, well, I want to kind of see like how this would interact with so for my vampires, they're all of the monsters are reimagined. So you have your classics, you have your vampire, your werewolf, your witch. They're all reimagined, and their powers behave almost like diseases.
Mm-hmm.
So, with the vampires, they're called Duskborn. Their blood eats oxygen-rich regular human blood. So eventually it eats them from the inside out unless they continue to keep feeding. So when I had a scene where they had this particular drug that was introduced, and I wanted to see like, okay, what would that effect look like on like a chemistry level with something like a Duskborn blood. And when I went to go search, Google said, okay, well, here's the help hotline for addiction. And because I had put in about like needles and like blood work, like what is the like after effects of that, and yeah, Google said no.
You know what's you know what's hilarious? So one, I write for like middle grade largely. Yes. And I do young adult as well. And of course, every young adult writer, starts off like, I'm going to write something really graphic. And so like, I have a folder full of dead bodies and blah, blah, blah. Google never once gave me a warning where I was like, how does a body decay?
Right.
Like, Google was like, oh, this is how it is.
This is how it is. Yeah. Normally, because I've looked up some body decomposition and like versus like being in the water, being in like a forest where you have interactions with like insects and with animals and what that would look like. So to look up for I guess drugs and like insertion and like how does that affect with like the tampering of blood and how would that look and how does like an injection site look, and he just said no.
Yeah, Google was like, no, Google friend.
Was like, no, friend, not here. You shall not pass. And I was like, well, okay. But that was the only time of anything I ever looked up for all the random shenanigans I've looked up for this series over my 10 or so years of writing it. I have only been stopped once. So.
I think my favorite. I gotta get back to this game, but my favorite answer to the what is the weirdest thing you've researched question actually came from what is her last name? It's gonna haunt me. I'll put it in the show notes because I'll remember it later. But she had written Kim Leggett. There we go. She had written a horror set in the Satanic Panic. Ooh. And the weirdest thing that she looked up was cow insemination. And then for months afterwards, because her character was on a farm, it was part of what he would know. Yeah. So for months after that, she kept getting ads in her algorithm about cow insemination. I was like, I would just burn my computer and
we're clearing everything. We're starting new. You know what? I'm getting a new computer. Exactly. I can't deal with that.
New login, new name. I'm gonna move to a new country. Everything.
New IP, everything.
Yeah.
Everything. Wow. Yeah, that is awful.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I was like, okay, again, though, that is another example that Google was not like, hey, why are you looking up cow insemination?
Right, yes, and just like, oh, I didn't even know this was an option where Google just be like, no, here's just to get help, here to call this number. Like, Google, I promise, I'm fine. I'm fine. Like, it's just for research.
I promise.
Oh my gosh.
Fine, I'll call the number, but I'm asking them the same question. Yeah,
Right.
It'd be funny as hell.
Exactly. I'm like, I just like to be detailed.
Just
I like to know. It probably won't ever make it in, but I just...
realism is important, okay?
This is important. Exactly. Gosh, Google.
Because I can't tell you how many times on this podcast alone, like not even my personal reading habits, but on this podcast alone, we've been like, that's not how that works.
Exactly.
Like, we were reading a fantasy book and there were like a bus showed up and it like didn't fit with the rest of the aesthetic, and we were like, well, how does public transportation work in this fantasy world?
Right.
And it will just derail you. So if you were like, here's the injection site, and somebody was like, that's not how that works, they would
Right.
immediately just come out and be like, well, how should it work?
Exactly.
The suspension of disbelief is like a Jenga tower made of very fine china.
Yes. Like, I mean, I'm no chemist. I'm no doctor. I hold no such degrees, but I at least like to have some sense of like, well, if you don't squint too hard, it could kind of make sense. You know, like...
Gotta like squint and turn your
Yeah.
head to the left. It'll be fine.
It can kind of be fine. But when it's something, like you said, something egregious of like, you know, and you're in the middle of like a quest, and all of a sudden a bus just shows up. And you're like, wait,
Hold up.
where did this come from? Like, why is everyone else on a horse, and all of a sudden now we have a bus?
Yeah, pretty much what happened. We were like, wait a minute, there's public transportation.
Wait, really? Can I
Yeah,
get a bus card? Like, why am I on this horse?
It was pretty, like, it was rough. And then Rob came in. He's like, you guys have been talking about public transportation for 40 minutes. Can you get it back to the book? We were like, yeah, fine.
Please.
Fine.
That would be me. I'd be guilty. I'd be on the bus.
Right. Killjoy. Anywho, the rest of the game.
Yes.
Never have I ever gotten emotionally attached to a side character.
Ooh. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have done 5.
I have done. I feel like I've been guilty of all of these.
Yeah, probably. Let's see. The rest are scrapped a draft and started over from scratch.
Yes, I did. Well, I did have to start over from scratch at one point early on in the drafts, just because I had written this again when I was like 15, so it was hot garbage. I saw the vision, but I was like, ooh,
Yeah.
no. But for the character, funny enough, because I feel like sometimes just in my Capricorn nature, I have to do the most. So there was a side character that becomes bigger in book 2, but because I loved her story so much, I am writing a series of novellas for her specifically. That is told via diary entries to get her perspective of how she got there and what her lead up was, because I was like, there's no way I'm doing a 5th POV. I have to stop myself. I need to step in and stop myself.
Yeah, that's hard. That's hard to keep track of as a reader and also as a writer, because like people are like, oh, just do multiple POVs, as if they don't all have to sound different.
Yes, sound different, still makes sense, and it was one of the things that I had to go through with my editor to make sure that they had cohesion and that they each had their own arc, and that those arcs overall joined together and made an overarching plot that made sense. And that was our biggest, there was a tapestry involved in that. And I remember her saying, so this is your first book? And I was like, yes. And she's like, wow, this was ambitious. And I was like, well, I understand now why people say, you know, don't do multi-POV, don't do like a series. When you're first starting out, I, of course, am like, bah humbug, do what you want. But just make sure going in that you understand the intricacies of what that entails. It is not easy. I will say, I like to think that I did it okay, if you will. But it did take a lot of work. And so when I had her story, I was like, well, let me just do this like little side project that, you know, if those that feel so compelled enough to see how she got where she did, because she's one of the big antagonists of book 2, there's extra literature to go through. So yeah, that was me like, okay, you could do the pet project, but it has to be on the side.
It has to.
Has to be on the side.
So, you've done more than half of these, so you have to spoil something from beyond what you consider Act 1.
Ooh, I have to spoil something beyond Act 1. Let me see. What would that be? Okay, so, there... so the antagonist, the White Raven, the big bad of the series, does gain a physical form, and Julia and them do have an interaction, and they Julia realizes, oh, we are now intrinsically and physically linked.
Oh no!
So now it is, if I die, you die. And also now your power is seeping into me. So because Julia is the only human of the group, it was kind of understood like, oh, well, what is she going to do, you know, compared to the, you know, the werewolf, the vampire, the witch? And it's like, oh, well, she becomes cursed and now intrinsically linked with an eldritch god.
Whoops.
So yes, so now she learns the White Raven's true identity, and not necessarily their goals, but their true identity, and also realizes, oh, I'm keeping you alive and you're keeping me alive, and now we are one. So yeah. That's where,
the spoiler.
That's the spoiler, that Julia and the White Raven are now sharing more than just sharing more than they probably should. Yes. So, and the White Raven's power is to absorb souls. So now Julia is haunted as well.
When does this book come out again?
So the Darkest Class is out. The sequel I'm working on, I just got cover art. I'm in the process of getting it, and I'm like, I'm so excited. But that one I'm hoping to have out next year. So
exciting.
Well. Yes.
Exciting, because I have so many books on my TBR, so by the time I get to it, your second book will be out.
The second book should be out, and so now you can be like, I don't have to wait. I can just go straight into it, because I have heard from a few people, they're like, why did you ended that there? That's mean. That's mean. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? And I'm like, well, second book is coming. Don't worry.
Don't worry, it's coming next year. But it's coming.
Year.
It's fine.
You have plenty of books to read in between. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine.
Oh, we do so many interviews here at the podcast. I assure you, there are plenty of books for you to read between now and next year.
Yes.
So many.
So many. Oh, especially after Indie Bookstore Day. I'm like,
oh my god.
I have books on my floor. Like, it's a mess.
I'm such an enabler. I went with my technically producer. I don't know why I said technically, but I went with producer Rob's wife. We've been friends since high school, and we went to Indie Bookstore Day, and a lot of the books that are in the indie bookstores are from authors that we've had here at the pod, or that we've reviewed here, or that like I've gotten advanced copies of, and I was like, you would like this. And so she's walking out of each of these indie bookstores carrying like $100+ of books, and I'm like, don't tell your husband I did this. Here you go.
It's fine.
Here you go.
It's fine. Here you go. Enjoy. Enjoy.
Enjoy. Meanwhile, I went and got stickers, so my Kindle can be further covered, but it's fine.
Yes.
It's fine.
We love a good sticker. Oh,
Yes.
I'm actually cycling through some on my laptop now because I'm like, I got new ones, so I'm like, I must.
Thanks for staying up with us. Follow us on Instagram and Threads at BookdallNightPod. Drop a comment to let us know what you thought of today's show, and join our Discord server for giveaways, excerpts, and more. It's still in the works, but we're aiming for 100 members. Catch our live author interviews on YouTube and leave a question for our guests on our Discord server. Check out our shop and website at bookdallnight.co. That's bookdallnight.co. And if you're loving the chaos, don't forget to rate us 5 stars. Until next time, booklets, and remember to stay booked all night.